Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir elected as country's 23rd president. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman extends congratulations. Newly elected president to take oath tomorrow at Bongo Bhavan. Acting speaker to administer the oath, informs Chief Whip. Youth should become entrepreneurs to serve the nation instead of seeking jobs only, says Information and Broadcasting Minister. Oral cholera vaccination campaign launched. First dose to be given from August 22nd and second dose from September 26th in high-risk areas. Trump announces start of devastating economic campaign against Iran, warns countries assisting Tehran of tough acts sanctions. And BCB takes new initiative to prepare future cricketers under 17, under 19 and under 23 team to participate in ODI tournament. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Tasma Tasnim welcoming you to News at 10. You just heard the headlines, now moving on to the details. Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir has been elected as the 23rd president of Bangladesh. The Election Commission published the election result in an official gazette. BNP candidate Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir won the presidential election, defeating his lone rival opposition Jamaat-e-Islami-led 11-party contender, Colonel retired Oli Ahmed, by a huge margin. Mirza Fakhrul Islam obtained 255 votes, while Oli Ahmed bagged 88 votes. Voting was held from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., with members of parliament MPs casting their votes. At the beginning of the balloting, acting President Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram and acting Speaker Barrister Kaisar Kamal cast their votes at 2:10 p.m. After that, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman and Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir cast their votes. Chief Election Commissioner and also Election Returning Officer AMM Nasiruddin announced the election results after counting votes in the session chamber of the Jatiyo সংসদ. Of the total 349 registered voters, 349 ballot papers were printed, while 343 ballot papers were used. Announcing the results, the returning officer said Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir secured the highest number of votes and was therefore duly elected President of Bangladesh.
349 জন মুদ্রিত মোট ব্যালট পেপারের সংখ্যা 349টি ব্যবহৃত ব্যালট পেপারের সংখ্যা 343টি 343 ইউজড হয়েছে ব্যালট পেপার অব্যবহৃত ব্যালট পেপারের সংখ্যা 6টি বৈধ ব্যালট পেপারের সংখ্যা 343 মানে 343 অল আর ভ্যালিড ডক্টর অলি আহমদ বীর বিক্রম পেয়েছেন 88টি ভোট 88 ভোটস এবং জনাব মির্জা ফখরুল ইসলাম আলমগীর পেয়েছেন 255 ভোট 255 তদ অনুযায়ী আমি ঘোষণা করছি যে জনাব মির্জা ফখরুল ইসলাম আলমগীর সর্বোচ্চ সংখ্যক ভোটপ্রাপ্ত হওয়ায় রাষ্ট্রপতি পদে যথাযথভাবে নির্বাচিত হয়েছেন
Immediately after Chief Election Commissioner AMM Nasiruddin declared the result, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman congratulated newly elected President Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir with red roses. Lawmakers congratulated the new president by thumping their desks, while Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir greeted them by raising his hand. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman embraced the new president and exchanged greetings with lawmakers from both the Treasury and opposition benches. The Prime Minister also embraced opposition leader Dr. Shafiqur Rahman. Chief Whip of Jatiyo সংসদ Nurul Islam Moni said the presidential election has created an opportunity to revive democratic culture and political harmony in the country. He made the remarks while briefing journalists at the National Parliament Media Center today following the announcement of the presidential election results. The Chief Whip said congratulations have been conveyed on behalf of Parliament to the newly elected president. He also said the newly elected president will take the oath on Friday evening. Nurul Islam Moni said people have forgotten the practice of voting over the past 17 years. He said accepting election results and exchanging greetings between victorious and defeated candidates can help restore democratic culture in the country. He said this democratic practice has already started to return through this presidential election. Bangabhavan bid farewell to acting President Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram through a state ceremony. He signed the Bangabhavan visitors book and exchanged greetings with officials and employees of the Bangabhavan. Later, a smartly turned out contingent of the President Guard Regiment presented a farewell guard of honor to acting President Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram. He assumed office as an acting president on July 24th following the resignation of President Mohammad Shahabuddin. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zohiruddin Shapwan has urged young people not to focus solely on seeking jobs, but instead to become entrepreneurs and contribute to the country. He made the call this morning at the inauguration of a job expo at the China Friendship International Conference Center in the capital. Commenting that the current government is now paying the cost of borrowing and spending recklessly during the ousted Awami League government, the minister said it has a negative impact on the economy. He added that the government is working to overcome these challenges. Noting that the size of Bangladesh's economy is not large relative to its population, he said that despite this situation, many businesses evade taxes and VAT, which amounts to deceiving the state. The Information and Broadcasting Minister urged everyone to help overcome this situation, saying that the government led by Tariq Rahman is working to repair the country's damaged state institutions and economy. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zohiruddin Shapwan called on everyone to cooperate in this effort. The cholera situation in Bangladesh has improved compared to the previous years, but the risk remains due to poor sanitation, lack of hygiene in food and water, and low public awareness. For this reason, the government is focusing on increasing public awareness and strengthening the healthcare system along with vaccination to prevent cholera. Health Minister Sardar Mohammad Shakhawat Hussain made the remarks today at the inauguration of the Oral Cholera Vaccination Campaign 2026 at the Nagar Bhavan Auditorium in the capital. Under the campaign, the first dose of the vaccine will be given from 22nd August, while the second dose will be administered from 26 September. A total of 51,75,000 people in high-risk areas across the country will be vaccinated against cholera. Dhaka South City Corporation Administration Mohammad Abdus Salam, Director General of the Director General of Health Services, Professor Dr. Prabhat Chandra Bishwas, and representatives from UNICEF, the World Health Organization, and ICDDRB were present at the event. State Minister for Health Dr. M.A. Mohit said the government is giving the highest priority to disease prevention to protect public health rather than focusing only on treatment after people fall sick. He made the remarks this morning while inaugurating an oral cholera vaccination campaign in the capital, Tejgaon. The state minister said greater emphasis on preventive measures would help people stay healthy and reduce the pressure of patients on the national healthcare system. Health Services Division Secretary Muhammad Kamruzaman Chaudhry presided over the function. Senior officials of the Health Ministry were present at the event. Foreign Affairs Advisor to the Prime Minister Humayun Kabir held a meeting with a delegation led by Dr. Mohammad Javid Abdel Monem, International President of Medicine Sans Frontiers (MSF). The meeting was held at the Prime Minister's office today. At the meeting, the Foreign Affairs Advisor praised the role of MSF in providing humanitarian and medical services in Bangladesh for a long period. The meeting discussed various aspects of MSF's ongoing humanitarian and medical programs in Bangladesh, emergency health care, medical assistance during humanitarian crisis, and ways to further strengthen MSF activities in Bangladesh in the future. The meeting also placed emphasis on ensuring medical and other emergency assistance for people affected by humanitarian crises, as well as strengthening coordination between relevant institutions of the Bangladesh government and international humanitarian organizations. The discussion also identified new areas for cooperation in the health and humanitarian sectors in the future, increasing the capacity of emergency medical services and developing the capacity to provide rapid responses during crisis situations. The BNP-led government under the leadership of Prime Minister Tariq Rahman has marked its first 180 days in office by delivering an unprecedented overhaul of the national sports arena through grassroots talent scouting, structural welfare reforms, and decentralized infrastructural development. In an unprecedented move for the nation's sporting community, the government successfully introduced an institutionalized operating under a regular salary-style structure. The ambitious welfare program has a targeted roadmap to bring 500 former and current national athletes under its wing to shield them from financial instability. During this initial 180-day phase, the Ministry of Youth and Sports has already activated monthly disbursements for 129 internationally successful athletes who have brought glory to Bangladesh on the global stage. A cornerstone of the government's 180-day achievement is the revival and massive structural modernization of the historic Notun Kuri Sports 2026 talent hunt. Formally inaugurated by the Prime Minister at the Sylhet District Stadium, the grassroots initiative strictly targeted hidden talents among young boys and girls aged 12 to 14. The program drew an astonishing participation of 170,000 youth and athletes across the country's upazilas and districts. To ensure absolute transparency, the talent selection was conducted from the union ward level up to the national phase across 8 primary disciplines including football, cricket, kabaddi, athletics, badminton, chess, swimming and martial arts, with the government committing to fully bear the educational and long-term training costs of the selected star performers. Moving on to international news.